岩手県奥州市出身のメジャーリーガー、大谷翔平が今シーズンのアメリカンリーグの MVP に満票で選ばれたことを称え、岩手県は20日、盛岡市の岩手県庁に横断幕を掲げました。大谷は全米野球記者協会選出による MVP を2年ぶり2度目の受賞。なんといっても驚くのが満票での受賞で、米4大プロスポーツ全体を見ても、勝率5割以下のチームから満票で選出されたのは大谷だけです。それも一度ならず2度まで。それぐらいチームの成績を度外視しても、圧倒的な活躍ぶりだったことがわかります。にもかかわらずアメリカ国内では、
大谷は MVP に値しない。
といった声がちらほら聞かれていました。また、お騒がせ司会者クリストファー・ルッソ氏は、当時今季のア・リーグ MVP が確実視されていた大谷翔平について、MVP に値しないと言い放ち、物議を醸しました。そんな中、MLB 専門局、MLB ネットワークの番組、MLBN ホットストーブでは、司会のマット・バスガーシアン氏と元アメリカのプロ野球選手、クリス・ヤング氏が、大谷の歴史的シーズンを貶めようとするアンチ大谷に対して、
それは愚かな意見だ。大谷の活躍は間違いない。議論の余地はない。
とし、フェイクニュースに反論していましたので、日本語字幕付きでご紹介していきます。
No surprises, but certainly cause for celebration. Shohei Ohtani receiving his second American League MVP award, his second unanimous honor, as a matter of fact. Ronald Acuna, unanimous in the National League. Here are both winners on the honors bestowed upon them last night. There are people that are feeling like that in the American League too, because I heard a lot of, quite frankly, rotten arguments for somebody other than Shohei Ohtani the last couple of days. Maybe it's just people trying to make interest where there is none, where it's clear there's a unanimous winner that's going to be happening. But there were people trying to discredit Ohtani's season by saying, well, you know, he didn't pitch the last month of the season. Come on, dude. He was one of the best starters in the league and one of the best hitters in the league. You know, he doesn't play a defensive position. Oh, yeah, dummy. He pitches every 5 days.
He pitches.
I can't stand these
arguments.
I
think it's one of those things where it worked out for anybody who wants to hate a little bit, is that, okay, Ohtani missed some time. If Seager didn't miss any time, and he could have gone out there and been as hot for the games that he missed, with Ohtani being out, maybe you can put up some type of debate. But Ohtani was arguably better this year.
Yeah.
He was arguably better this year. There's no real argument. I mean, next year is the year for somebody else to win the MVP because Ohtani won't be pitching.
Right.
So next year, if somebody else goes after it, when he's back on the mound, it's Ohtani time again.
Right. It was pure fake news that he wasn't going to win.
Fake news.
Right, Harold? Fake news. That's what I think, too.
また、アメリカのポッドキャスト番組、ファウルテリトリーでは、大谷がジャイアンツと契約する可能性と、レッドソックスと契約する可能性についても議論していましたので、こちらも日本語字幕付きでご紹介していきます。
Now, a little bit to the west, Jim Bowden talked about this the other day about how the Giants are going to be monster bidders in Shohei Ohtani. I cannot wait to see how this all pans out. Now, my question to you about the whole situation is, are they going to be the only ones? You know, we know about the Dodgers. We know about now the Giants. Are there other teams that are going to be monster bidders as well? And what are you hearing about this so far?
Oh, I expect, Todd, there are going to be more than 2 teams on Shohei Ohtani. And in fact, I would expect that virtually every large market team will at least check in. Texas is going to be one. The Cubs will be another. The 2 New York teams, they might not do it, but they'll be in contact with Nez Bilello of CAA, that is Ohtani's agent, and they're going to at least want to know the price of doing business. Now, in the end, which teams are the heaviest? Jim Bowden doesn't know. I don't know. You guys don't know. No one knows. And we'll see how it all plays out. The one team I expect to be somewhat serious is Texas. Because Texas is coming off a World Series title. They are emboldened by what they've done the past 2 seasons, or past 2 off seasons. Spent $800 million on free agents. And in my view, they're going to keep going. It's a competitive group there. Chris Young is a crazy competitor as their GM. And their owners have clearly been willing to support a big-time payroll, and they're coming off a World Series title, so they're in a good spot from that perspective financially as well. The other teams, Chicago, Cubs, Boston, I expect they'll be in, but I don't know. No one knows what Shohei Ohtani wants. Now, he clearly wants a lot of money. He'll get that from whatever team he signs with. That we know. Geography, I'm sure, would play a part. A team's competitive future would play a part. But the balance of this and what he truly wants, that is not known. And there's going to be a ton of speculation in the next month about this as we get closer to him signing. And I would suggest people take it with a grain of salt because there's only one guy, Shohei, who really knows what is driving this thing.
The Giants. The Giants. If they don't get him, this is less about Shohei and more the Giants. Is this a failure by the Giants? Because they need a star. And if they don't get Shohei, do they then pivot to another free agent? Because if they don't, Bellinger. Is he enough of a star to shine the star that the Giants need?
I don't know that any team can consider it a failure if they don't sign Shohei Ohtani. They may make a great bid and he might simply want to be somewhere else for similar money. I'm not going to look at it like that. Do the Giants need a star, Eric? We all know that. They certainly do. And they thought they were close last year, first with Judge, then with Correa. The Correa thing fell apart because of the medical. He had agreed to a deal. He was coming to San Francisco. So clearly, yes, they are going to be in this game, and they do need some might, some level of stardom, some force in that lineup, and frankly, in their rotation, and just in general, from an entertainment standpoint. One of the problems with the Giants last season, not just their performance, they were a tough watch. All the platooning that they did, they're kind of faceless. It just was a tough thing to see on a daily basis. It really wasn't all that entertaining. So that's why they are shifting directions somewhat. They moved on from Gabe Kapler. They hired Bob Melvin. They're going to try to do some things a little bit differently. But I wouldn't consider it a failure if they don't sign him. If they don't sign Shohei Ohtani, then the question becomes, okay, what are you going to do? And last year, after they struck out on the two big guys, they made a series of moves. Some worked out better than others. It was Haniger, it was Conforto, it was a number of others. That can be a way to go, but really, that's a piecemeal way to go. And at this point, they want to do a little bit more.
Chris, percentage chance, boom, there it is. We have a nice little pretty animation. Percentage chance that Shohei Ohtani ends up with the Red Sox. Do you see any scenario or have you heard anything about their interest?
I'll go with 5% because I think they are going to try. I think they're going to at least be a little bit involved here just because of the star power. You know, this is a team that wants to get back to being relevant. They want to do that immediately, and this is obviously the best and most expensive way to do so. And I think that, you know, the thing that surfaced most often about this is that he's a New Balance guy, and he has connections to New Balance, and he would be interested in playing in the city where New Balance calls home. And their massive headquarters, which keeps growing, is actually right across the street. So I plan on staking that out throughout the offseason to see if he drops by, and maybe there's some signs of interest. But I think that is a real thing. I think he has a good relationship with the higher-ups there. And, you know, you never know what kind of factors are going to come into play. At the end of the day, I think this is a guy that wants to be on the West Coast. We've heard that time and time again. I'm going to keep saying that I think the Dodgers are going to land him, and until they don't, that's going to be my pick. But, you know, I think the Red Sox are, as I said, they want to get back to star power. They want to get back to spending. Craig Breslow, you know, has made some bold claims that he's not going to be afraid to make a big move. This would obviously be the biggest, but I don't think they're by any means a favorite.
これからも大谷の活躍から目が離せません。皆様からのコメントもお待ちしております。